project on plastic pollution. Every year, 12 million tons of plastic ends up in our oceans. Let me say that again. Every year, 12 million tons of plastic ends up in our oceans. I say that twice, not because I think it's interesting, but because that statistic scares me. That's the weight of 32 Empire State Buildings stacked on top of each other, or the weight of every person who lives in Bow, times 9. Single-use plastics harm and kill marine life and intoxicate waters. This, in turn, disrupts underwater ecosystem and places them upon irreversible damage that they are not equipped to deal with. There is not a single beach in the world untouched by plastic. And it's not just the ocean that's the problem. The only route this plastic takes to the ocean is through rivers, leaving those massively polluted as well. Large pieces of plastic break down into tiny pieces invisible to the naked eye, called microplastics. The Great Lakes alone are home to more than 22 million pounds of plastic and microplastics. As of 2017, approximately 8.3 billion tons of plastic exists on our planet. Because it takes hundreds of years to biodegrade, every single piece of plastic ever made still exists. It's a problem we and generations to come will have to deal with for centuries. Considering the damage that plastic places upon our ecosystems, I had to wonder how humanity got this far and what we can do about it, if anything at all. World War II was the beginning of an era for plastic. With men in America gone to war, their factory jobs were up for grabs. Women stepped up to fill their shoes, leaving no one home during the day to tend to their children. Plastic lunch and grocery bags, along with plastic packaging, became immensely more popular, so women could essentially be in two places at once. From there, plastic became a mainstream material. It was designed to be used in everyone's lives, every day. It was a miracle material for manufacturing companies, made to be a cheap way to produce goods and keep them fresh forever. But we took advantage of that convenience, and we are now swimming in a mess unintentionally made by generations before us. However, it's our society today that continues to add to it. Now that the problem has become bigger than we could have ever imagined, recycling is not an option. Only 9% of recyclable goods actually get recycled, and most kinds of plastic can't be recycled at all. China has recently decided to stop taking in recycled goods from other countries in an effort to focus on their own domestic plastic problems. With nowhere to go but into our ecosystems, plastic is everywhere. The only choice we as a society has is to limit our use of single-use plastic. Luckily, ways to reuse this plastic have been discovered and get more creative every day, so it serves a purpose rather than just taking up space. When I first heard that there was a way to crochet used plastic grocery bags into sleeping mats for homeless people, my first thought was, wow, that seems like a lot of work. And I'll be honest, it was. But I knew I had to take this project step by step. I knew the first steps I would need to take would be the collection of these bags. So I set up these collection boxes, featuring my dog, around Bow, and sent out a Facebook post to the entire town, asking for their donations to my cause. Little did I know just how many of these donations I would receive. My basement looked like this for weeks. I wasn't exactly my mom's best friend this summer. I knew from the beginning that it would be a lot of work. I had to cut every single bag, the steps shown, thread them together, and make yarn balls. Finally, I would crochet them into sleeping mats. But every second was worth it, and I knew the reward would justify the time I spent on this. I decided to give my completed mats to Families in Transitions, or FIT. FIT is an organization that focuses on the greater Concord area, transitioning homeless people from the streets into houses of their own. I was taught how to work with these families one-on-one and was able to help out around their facilities with cooking, cleaning, and helping people find what they needed. Working one-on-one with these families is something I knew would take a degree and experience in the field. So I ended up filling the position of designated waiting room chair cleaner. But this didn't bother me. I understand these jobs need to get done, and someone had to do them. I grew an appreciation for the work volunteers do on a daily basis at these shelters and what it takes to run such an important operation. The people I volunteered with this summer and the things I learned from these experiences is something I will never forget. My goal was to immerse myself into the community I would be donating these mats to, and to really expose myself to a world I sometimes feel sheltered from. While I didn't quite achieve this because of the entry-level work I was asked to do, I was able to learn a lot from the people who trained me and their stories working in homeless shelters for years. They helped me understand the community I would be donating my mats to, which was a goal of mine from the beginning. Oopsie, sorry. Thanks to the help of my incredible family and friends, I was able to complete 3 sleeping mats to donate to families in transitions. I will be giving my mats away to this shelter in the upcoming weeks. My hope is that I can touch these people's lives by providing them with a place to sleep while putting a dent in the previously mentioned plastic that needs to be reused. Earth's natural resources are limited. We need to protect what we have now at all costs and use this now useless material for good. I leave you all with this. You should never believe that this is someone else's problem. As humans, we have a responsibility to stand up for and protect organisms who can't speak for themselves. I'm just one person. The difference I made, even if it was just a small one, was worth every second I spent working on my project this summer. Much to my mom's chagrin, I do still have plenty of bags left in my basement, which I will be using to teach my family and friends how to crochet. The Environmental Conservation Club here at the school has also offered to help me with the rest of the bags, so I'll be passing on what I've learned to them to continue this chain reaction of reusing. I encourage you all to reuse what you have now, even if you have to get creative with it. The world needs our help. You're never too small to lend a helping hand, even if the difference you make goes unrecognized. Thank you.